Until the lions have their own historians, the tales of hunting would always glorify the hunter. And I'll say this again. Good evening, Bishop Samuel Mensah. Folks, I said until the lions have their own historians, the tales of hunting would always glorify the hunter. And if ever I have been confused and thrown off the ball ever in my many, many years of doing an opinion, this is it. Now, why do I say that? Folks, the topic for today was until the lions have their own historians. Yes, that was the topic I was bringing today. Until the lions have their own historians. Then on my way here, we get this big bombshell letter from the special prosecutor who says, I have resigned because of too much corruption. And so in spite of all my script and everything, I'm now in a dilemma as in what would my audience want to listen to? Want to listen to me go on about rhetoric of the importance of history? Or do we look ourselves as a nation and find out how it is that we are so corrupt that even corruption itself don't want to live with us? And that's my dilemma. Now it takes me a whole week to plan an impromptu speech. So if I haven't written anything about the special prosecutor and everything, I don't know what to call it. But you see, once upon a time when the news broke that Martin Amidu was going to be the special prosecutor, right? I did a couple of shows on it. Now, there was even a time, I think there was a comment on social media where somebody was so elated and said Martin Amidu being appointed the special prosecutor was like making Batman the IGP. I mean, it doesn't get better than that. Everybody knew that this was it. It was a breath of fresh air. A major part of our problems in this country is corruption. And our corruption comes in two folds. There are those that are blatant corruption, really blatant. And there are those who pretend to be stupid. So, in the books, it's not necessarily illegal, but, you can tell that it doesn't add up. So let's say, for instance, I'm the CEO here. And I have the option to, buy a car to ferry me, to my house and back to the office. The taxpayers' money. So what do? I buy the most expensive luxury car that I can afford, where you clearly know that if the business had been mine, if the money had been mine, I probably would have opted for modesty. We all see where last week we were talking about how sometimes, development is chasing votes rather than chasing, actual development. So you realize that monies and projects are going to places where politicians will get their votes instead of where it will actually bring equity in the nation. So all these things are there. They are not, on the books. You can't actually take somebody to court and say, well, jail him because, well, he put extra layer of coal or extra layer of bituming on A roads. Meanwhile, B roads don't even have roads. You can't jail anybody for that. But you and I know that it is wrong. So the special prosecutor had a job cut out on its own. But you see, I think it's very, very telling on us, on all institutions, and not only him. I remember when Domilevo also, came out and said, look, started bringing some revolution into his office. Auditor General looking into books, surcharging people. all of a sudden there's this machine, there's this wave to say, no, 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 you can't work, proceed on leave. And I'm telling you, in most government institutions, as soon as you put somebody there, and if that person wants to sort of make a name for him or herself to say, you know what, I brought light into this institution, I brought some revolution into this institution, folks, we gang up and consume them. But I think this is the icing on the cake. Special prosecutor complaining that, listen, you're trying to interfere with my work, you're not giving me the accessories to work, and you and I know that the reason why as a state is not working is corruption. This guy, before he became a special prosecutor, was at home, apparently sitting under some tree in his house, typing and fighting corruption. We were all proud of his work. We were all proud of his work. Apart from a few key people, most people were excited that this guy has gotten the job. And so today, with this elaborate letter, literally lambasting and castigating the whole machinery, saying that, listen, you guys don't want me to work. Now, Martin Amidu is some sort of a bulldozer. Somebody who probably has a thicker skin, being in the forefront against his own party, again, standing his ground for some time. What I want us to look at is, if somebody like Martin throws in the towel, if a bulldozer like Martin throws in the towel, folks, then the likes of us who don't have much of a thick skin as he, like of us who are chiefs and will be, scared to be, tarnished or insulted. What then do we do? That's how, when I was driving here, that was what I was thinking about. He can't fight this fight on his own. He can do a greater part, champion the cause, inspire people to join and say, oh, Martin did this and he was praised, and therefore let me also, for the love of nation, let me do it. And here you are, and the guy that you think was blowman throws in the white towel. The blowman, folks, throws in the white towel, saying that all the way from the top, I am not allowed to do my job. Folks, you know what happened this evening? There are so many minds that thought, you know what, Martin, that's what happened this evening. There was a big wave of emotion saying that if Martin has thrown in the towel, well, who am I? He started, from the Wyoming case and everything, and he was there, and we all praised him. Citizen vigilante throws in the towel. So how about the ordinary citizen? No, only vigilante tago. How about the ordinary citizen? So then we sit back and ask them now, so what's now going to happen in the greater good of Ghana? Folks, we ask ourselves, what is going to happen in the greater good of Ghana? Business as usual? Folks, business as usual? Or where do we find our hope? Where do we find our hope, folks? Look, you see, the some of the corruption stories that you hear, right? Speaking to some guy whose brother got a contract to build the school. Per the contract, it was 800,000 cedis to go and build the school, which is obviously highly overpriced. But over and day, goes to pick up the check, and it was 400,000. Folks, you either leave the check and go and say you can't do the job, or you take the check, take your bit out, and try and manage to put something there and say it's 800,000. These are the normal types. Folks, company, right, applies to a bank for a loan. The people on the board are all in it on the loan. Board, everybody should have a cut on the loan, otherwise you won't get the loan. And check this out. If you take the loan and you're not able to service it, they will be the first people to come and seize your properties. But those people don't even complain. They don't even complain. They will just manage. So it is so rife, it is everyday, it is normal. And if we get one person who was going to attack it from the political side or attack it from the top to try and mitigate our issues a little bit, he comes in and says, I've thrown in the towel. I can't fight this fight again. I cannot fight this fight again. As you know, with everything, I want to stand back and look at the bigger picture. Don't like to personalize it. But let's stand back and look at the bigger picture and ask ourselves, so what next? Let's ask ourselves, so what next? Well, Manasi Azuri Awini Siseria Akaunko. Manasi Siseria, you are the sole ranger. O boss Nejani Jawiu. Akamanasi Pet. Your boss call. This is really, really telling on us. What? It's 0302216541. My big question is, what next? Just say, yeah, corrupt time, special prosecutor. Can you think about it? Can you think about it? It's like, you build a police station in a community and the people are so, they thief and the police say, no, we can't even do this job again. Think about it. You have a police station in a community, you bring police people there, and one day the police people write you a letter to say, no, as for this, the thievery is so much that I'm going. Special prosecutor. The corruption, so to you and I am asking, what next? Well, hello, who's my first caller?
Hi, Nana, good evening. Emmanuel from Awudumi Estates.
Emmanuel, talk to me.
Nana, it's a very sad day for this country. In fact, I am one of those people who have never voted in my life, although I'm in my early 30s.
Wow.
And I keep telling my political friends to give me one reason why I should vote either way or the other. None of them could convince me. And my major reason is corruption. Institutionalized corruption. Nana, Martin Amidu was the last straw that broke the camel's back. His resignation has just given me a million reasons why I would never vote perhaps in my entire life. I mean, what is this? I'm disappointed in this nation called Ghana. Totally disappointed. Thank you.
Well, I thank you very much for calling. 0302216541. Hello, who's talking to me?
Hi, Nana.
Hi.
Yeah, my name is Nixon from Rose Barbecue.
Ah, Rose, let me hear you.
Charlie, Nana, I would entreat all media houses from tomorrow to start reading other political parties in Ghana to us. Nana, we are fed up with NPP and NDC. Nana, these are the two political parties making this country difficult for us. We have clearly seen what these two people are doing to us. Recently, this Ejapa deal is too bad a deal for us to enter. This man has brought out issues, but yet our political leaders at play won't allow the country to go. They would rather stay, do what needs to be done, and then make this country very difficult. So now I entreat all media houses from tomorrow, please and please again, stop parading NPP and NDC as if they are the best choices we have. If they were the best choices, they wouldn't be doing some of these things. Both political candidates on NPP and NDC, I would say, have been indicted. One is almost in Airbus scandal, and the other has not even, we haven't gone into Japan yet. This man is joining insurances into the deal being a bit tricky, but yet we still want to go ahead with it. Nana, please from tomorrow, let us know the other political parties and let us choose our faith. Thank you very much.
Thank you too. Godwin in Afienya, Nana, honestly, I am demoralized this evening. It's a dark day against the corruption fight in Ghana. Are we ever going to have any moral decency? Can't we serve without looting? It's so sad, Nana.
Right. I'm taking my time.
Good evening. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello, Nana.
Yes, sir. Who am I talking to?
Nana, you are talking to Bright. I'm calling from North Condition, the Sokomoric Bright.
Well, let me
Nana,
hear you.
in fact, I don't know, you said it all. But Nana, do you know what? Mm-hmm. We, the people of this country, do you know what is wrong with us?
Mm-hmm. Let me hear you.
Nana, are you there?
I'm here.
I'm asking you.
You're on air, pa. Let me hear you.
Yeah, but Nana, do you know what is wrong with the whole entire nation?
Calm down.
What the whole entire nation is engulfed with. I'm not all that educated, so if I'm wrong, then you correct me. The whole entire nation is engulfed with absurdity. You see what I mean? Our sense of doing things is totally self-centered. We don't care about what one another feels. That is our problem. I'm telling you, 98% of the population is out of coverage area, Nana. I'm telling you. That's why the corruption is at its highest level. Because if we, the people of this lovely country of ours, will open our eyes and reason, a lot of things will never happen. You see, if Matiamidu is now running away because he said his only protector is gone, 12 November, so he's running away, then we are forever doomed. We must change our attitude. Sometimes I don't blame the politicians, so I blame we the citizens. Because we are totally out of our head, they will keep on chopping our money. But if we hold them one by one, you know where the person is coming from, you hold the person one by one, they check them properly to never commit any corruption in their lives. But because we leave them, when they come, they will give us something small in our pockets. So we feel we are, you understand my point, and we must change the way we do things in all walks of life.
Thank you very much. But I can hear despair, I can really feel the despair as people are calling. And a good evening. From day one, when Martin Amidu was appointed, I told my pals that it was a bait for him to accept the offer and gag him, then finally frustrate him till he exits. And that's what the MPP has designed, and they have achieved that. Ralph from Pong, 0302216541. Hello, who's talking to me?
Yeah, this is Kofi.
Kofi, let me hear
calling
you.
From Hacho.
Kofi, let me hear you.
Well, we the people haven't done anything. It is the leadership. Mm-hmm. We vote, we change government. You say you come and do this. You put in your manifesto that you're going to create the office of a special prosecutor. Some people voted for that. So what did they do? Now, you are saying that the man who is supposed to fight is now running away for his own life, right? And there are so many people in the police service, so many people who are like Martin Amidu to fight corruption. And the system has been designed to frustrate them, and some even end up losing their lives. So if the guy is telling you that his protector, Jerry Rawlings, is no more, therefore he has no protection, he has to pack bag and baggage and leave. What does that tell you? I mean, so what do we the people have to do now? I mean, we can't take up arms. No, it's a democracy, right? Yep. So what do? The media ought to be championing this cause. Now, as you said, is now left with Manasseh. Manasseh himself has to be protected, has to run away from Ghana to South Africa, and now he's back to Ghana. So what kind of country are we living in? So if sometimes you just wonder, the kind of mindset. So we the people, I mean, what do you do? If you are fighting corruption, right now, they're actually blaming you, the one fighting corruption, and you are also seeing cases elsewhere where people have been murdered for fighting corruption. Ahmed Swale killed today. Till today, nobody is telling you anything about that. And there have been so many anti-corruption crusaders who have been kicked out. Daniel Domelevu, he was axed. So anytime that any issue even involves around a senior minister, because the son is supposed to take over Ijapa as a CEO, the senior minister was involved in this deal with a UK audit firm that Domelevu was fighting. Because of that, Domelevu lost his job. Now, Amidou touched on Ijapa. He also has to pack back in baggage and run away. I mean, it's so sad.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Derek is on the line. Hello, Derek.
Hello, sir, Nana.
Hey, let me
hear you. I greet you as
I greet you back.
My regards to mommy and my sister.
Definitely.
Oh, Nana, it's a sad day. What came to mind is, I immediately went in for the old t-shirts we use for this kume prekun, simi prekun, yemi prekun, and then kabum prekun. It's about time we adapt the latter, kabum prekun, and then we speak up. Because who is going to defend us if we are not defending ourselves? It's sad. It's sad. It's really, really sad. And then the damning revelations made contained in the letter. I don't know where to start and where to end. I think we have to pray. Now we have to throw our heads in the air and then look up to God.
Not yet. We can give hope. And good evening. I just joined. The people governing this country are the same people found in churches and in mosques. My priest once said that Christianity today doesn't bite. Our laws today don't bite. The enforcer of the law is the same person perpetrating these evil acts. And Nana, I can say that it is now an institution that if you try to fight them by exposing them, they will kill you. This is the place we are today. And that's Anthony McCosby. But Isaac is on the line. Hello, Isaac. Isaac. Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much for the opportunity. In fact, others have already, it's really our democracy. This was so protecting the public first and doing his best for the development of this country. So we saw that the role is the president, and it's
Oh, Isaac, your line is really, really terrible. But Muhazu is on the line. Hello, Muhazu.
Yes, sir. Good evening, Nana.
Good evening. Let me hear you.
Yeah, Nana, this is another big issue you have also brought.
Well, you have to listen to me on the phone.
First day, Matamidu accepted the appointment. I was thinking otherwise. I said that if somebody appoints you, sometimes you have to go to for the person. And then once you had a certain program here, you told us that you said something about the executive is having more power to appoint. So that appointment must be looked at. You see? So sometimes when the executive appoints you and you accept the appointment, there is certain underlying factor that you have to at least work towards or the person may influence you. This is what Matiamidu has come to realize. But he didn't understand the whole situation, So when he was appointed, he was debilitated. I said, no, if you want to do an independent work thoroughly, and then I appoint you, once a while, you have to, when it is concerning me, then what do? By all means, you have to listen to me small because I give you that appointment. The second issue is that I just want to ask, do you think we have the muscles to fight corruption in Ghana? This is my question, and for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Well, if we change the system, then I think so. But if we don't change it and we continue as we are, it will be quite difficult. Israel is on the line. Hello, Israel.
Hello, Israel. Nana. Good evening.
Good evening.
You are doing great job for It's a shame for the whole nation. It's a very shameful. You see, why people are saying that this Nanado government is the most corrupt government we ever have in the history of Ghana, we should believe it. We should believe it. If indeed Mr. Prosecutor resigns, I mean, I don't believe he believes it. See, when you read as another the president didn't mention in that case, but this government is saying that they don't have any evidence to prosecute nothing. It's on. Now, here we are. The only way you have to go is to vote them out and never bring them to power anymore. We have mercy on this country. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, Nana. As for me, the disappointment has turned into laughter for me. The story you said about the police officer saying the thieves are stealing too much, it's exactly what happened to Martin Amidu. It's a sad day for Ghana. Akosia Yeboah in Tema. Akosia, good evening. But Fred is on the line. Hello, Fred.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Fred.
I'm calling from Somania, and this special prosecutor team, I've said it from day one, it is not going to work. I know very well it is not going to work, and I told my friends this is not going to work because it looks like who watches the watchman? We have CID, we have BNI, we have National Security, we have Parliamentary Select Committee on whatever, and then we have SHRAJ. All these state institutions could not fight corruption. Why are we creating a new office to fight corruption? When all these state institutions are there to be empowered, when we empower them well, they will work and do the same thing this man is appointed to do. But it is the duplication or multiplication of office. Just like that, to create some job for some people here and there. This office, tomorrow a new person will be appointed and he will do the same thing, or the same thing will be done to the fellow. He cannot be allowed to work and he will suffer the same thing and he will also go home. So what is it? What is it? Look, Ghana, I don't know what is happening. But wait, let's see what happens after this. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Captain is on the line. Hello, Captain.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening, Captain.
It's a long time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. If you're doing the same thing for 60 years and you don't find the difference, why should you continue? Look, when you talk all these things, if party XYZ comes to power, the same things will happen. We will complain. Nana will do his program. People will call in and say whatever they say. After 7 days, the matter is dead and buried. Case closed. Life continues as usual. So the question is, what should we do? You see, I thought by this time we would have been hearing from the Council of State. Now, that is where my problem is. To me, and if you remember when we went to school, what I was taught was that governments come and go, but the state is there forever. Governments come to administer the institutions of state. So if we understand this principle, the Council of State should not be changed for every 4 years. And there should be no representative, anybody on the Council of State representing the government. It is supposed to be an independent body. It ought to be reconstituted with people, seasoned ex-head of states, seasoned CDS and IGPs and chief directors, and House of Chiefs, ex-presidents of House of Chiefs. And these people should be the custodians of the state institutions. Certain appointments ought to be done by the Council of State, so they don't owe any allegiance to the government. so that when you are appointed by the Council of State, your allegiance goes to the Council of State, because the government comes to work for 4 years, maximum 8 years is gone. And after they are gone, who holds them accountable for the things that have been done, the monies that have been stolen, things that have not been done well? Who holds them accountable? And yet, we waste our years with accountability, probity, and co-minini. So, Nana, I think that you have to look at your program again, and find a way of targeting the institutions of state, so we can all discuss it again and see whether we can make some changes. Are you there?
Captain, I agree with you, because without the change...
Yes, I think that I will manage and we will talk behind the scenes one of these days.
Yes,
because
it's been too long,
I'm 82 years now, and the question I ask myself, what are we leaving for our children and the children's children? Will they come and exhume our bodies and burn them because we have not left any legacy for them? Our bauxite is gone for 100 years. Nobody.
Oh, Captain. So,
hello.
Hello.
Hello, Nana.
Is that Senna?
Yes.
Senna, let me hear you. Good evening.
So my contribution will be in threefold shortly. The first one is I've been observing over some time now how many corruption issues have come out in the public. Which particular type of religion, excuse me, I'm not trying to bring religion into this, but I want you to look at it, or all of us to look at it holistically. Which religion or people, a particular type of religion, is involved in all the corruption issues in Ghana? That is the Christian religion. So now, what is wrong with the Christianity itself?
Or could it be that could it be that, there are 70-80% Christians, so if you strike the average, you get, 70-80% people, being Christians?
No, I don't think so. In my own view, I don't think so.
Okay.
Christians, yes, we are the majority. Let's say we are 70 or we are 60%, and the Muslims or the other religion are 40%. Why is it that it's only the Christians? If you have a child, 3-4 children in the house, and you always go out and come back, and one particular child is having an issue every now and then when you come back home, you'll be fed up. So there is corruption in the church. We should first look at it. I am of the view that anybody that pays over 2,000 Ghana cedis as tithe into brackets is corrupt. How much is your salary? How much is your salary? So God is sitting down, taking some wine. One day he will spill the wine out on Ghana, and we'll all see where it will be. Out of corruption. Thank you.
Thank you very much. But Nana is on the line. Hello, Nana.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening, Nana. Nana, you're a Christian.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's go.
I'm a Christian, and I want to throw the same line. We've crowned ourselves as a Christian nation, and we are hiding behind it, and we are doing all the bad deeds. Most of these people who are involved in this act are mostly church elders, and they have position in the church. That's what happened. If you go back to the background, you realize that they are heads of in their churches.
Well, I haven't done that check.
Yes,
so, okay.
I've seen a few of them who were heads in church, elders in the churches. That's what I'm saying. Okay. So it's not hearsay. Okay. The thing is, God will not come. He should leave the country for us. We will destroy it ourselves. Yes, it's true. With our character.
We can do that by ourselves.
Yes, the way to go, Nana, it's not just the system change, We need a leader who will say, regardless of what you do, we will deal with you if you go the wrong way. So we get that, even if the system change, that won't happen. Nana, this is not the first time I'm calling the issue. I've been calling, and I've been saying this all the time. We need a president president who will say, regardless of who you are, if you like spit on me, if you like don't vote for me in the next 4 years, we will make the system work. That's the Nana. So that happened. Let's change the system however we want to change it. So far as the leader is not willing, it will still be back to zero.
Thank you very much. But Joe is on the line. Hello, Joe. Let me hear you.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, Joe, let me hear you.
Yeah. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Joe.
You know what?
Mm-hmm.
Martin Amidu resigning from his post is no big news.
Mm-hmm.
It's a disgrace to himself and the nation. You know, ever since this guy came on board, he has found fault with everybody, but sees nothing wrong with himself. If Rawlings is gone, and you think that Rawlings is your savior, and therefore you think that you cannot do the work or do the job given to you, then you better also throw him in his grave. Because what he's saying is neither here nor there. It doesn't make sense. Look at President Reagan. Madam Kirkpatrick was his number one critic. She was always on Reagan. But when Reagan won the presidency, he appointed her as the UN ambassador. The woman went to the UN and she did what is right. Nobody was able to control her. She was right in all her doings. No one could turn her around. And you might not be today, you are saying that ABCD, somebody is trying to push you here and there. What? Do it. Let's see that you are doing the job. Then we shall all reward you. Than to sit there and always trying to condemn and then blame everybody. Meanwhile, you have performed absolutely nothing. He has disgraced the whole nation and disgraced himself. So, you people should be very candid and tell him in his face, look at him and tell him, Matinamudu, hey, Matinamudu, take the what is it, the club, the big club in your eyes before you can see clearly to tell somebody that he has a speck in his eyes. Right.
Thank you very much. That was Joe's comment. But Abu is on the line. Hello, Abu.
Hello, good evening, Nana.
Good evening.
Yeah, double sad. Anyway, I remember Daniel Dazi on his show one day, he asked whether do we have hope in Ghana. And many of us said no. People did not understand. And now you see we have been vindicated. You see, just like you said, if the blower has run away, then what can we do? Many of us have some issues. I cannot say them on air, you understand? Mm-hmm. But many of these things are going on. And we hire people that you respect. They misconduct themselves. Some will even write agreements. You know, they sign, their signature are there. But later they will turn down those things. But Machiamini is gone. If truly we want to fight corruption, then let's bring ACP Kofi Boakye. If really we want to fight, if we didn't bring that man, then we are not ready to fight corruption.
Don't land him in trouble. Don't land Kofi Boakye in trouble. Fighting corruption is not just the presidential or government level, but the whole nation. It's us, the people. We have to change our mindset about service because these people come from amongst us. It's our social orientation that needs to be changed. Thank you. Again, Akosia Yeboah in Tema. But John is on the line. Hello, John.
Hello, Nana.
Yes, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, John.
Yeah, I'll start by quoting my own adage that goes that incidences and occurrences changes the mindset of people. Mm-hmm. I'm saying this because the mindset of people will change one day. And when it changes, nobody should blame us. Mm. Are you getting me?
I'm listening.
I'll put this question. Do you think Ghana have a future? Do you think we have a future as a country? Do you think we have a future? I'm a young guy. I'm just about 53 years. But what I'm seeing, Nana, is going to be terrible. Because when it starts from the chapel, it's there. When you go to the ministry, it's there. The young boys that are coming, the little ones that are coming, everybody just want to be rich overnight. So with that principle, with that attitude,
Thank you very much. I think Captain Sewu gave us a good that we should change the system. Get a council of state that's not politically minded. You know, some big boys sat in their room who don't owe allegiance to anybody. They hire certain people who owe allegiance to them. And who knows? Ajima is on the line. Hello, Ajima.
Nana, good evening. I hope you're doing well.
I'm good, my brother.
Nana, I'm sorry the time is gone, so I have to make it brief.
Yes, boss.
Nana, I'm disappointed in Martin Amidu because if he knows that before we can fight corruption, there are some things that we put in place. He should have told the president who was appointing him that, President, fighting corruption is not a small thing. It's not a small job to be done. So if we can fight corruption, these are the measures that we should put in place, rather than accepting it, but coming out with some reasons why he cannot. And initially, he's supposed to have come out that I cannot hold this position. Until this time, we have wasted resources. It is a disappointing issue, Nana. God be with you.
God be with you too. Well, it had to be done. Well, interesting times ahead. Really, really interesting times ahead. But either way, I hope that we find hope in the midst of all this despair and hopelessness. I hope we find some hope. But in the meantime, in between time, let me say congratulations to the one and only Gifty Auntie. You're probably the most decorated media personality. Saturday, she was awarded National Communications Award. It was an honorary award, National Communications Award. Probably about the 50th one now. Promised to build her a little hut in Edumasana. Nice touch hut, so we display all our awards and could be a tourist attraction. Who knows? Silver lining in every cloud. Even though Martin has resigned, you go and get awards. Hey, who knows? Resignation or not, go out there and bring the awards. MFR Power is next to bring you the news bulletin. Don't you even touch the dial. And the one and only Abeku Sankofi will be on the ones and twos. So still don't touch the dial. But we didn't have a topic for today's show. Probably the Blow Man has run away. The Blow Man has run away. Folks, it's 8 o'clock, and until the lions have their own historians, the tales of hunting would always glorify the hunter.